Warm greetings to the lecturer and my fellow colleagues. I am Asanati Khali. The topic that me and my colleagues will be talking about is lack of infrastructure in schools. What is lack of infrastructure? What a good question. Lack of infrastructure is the absence and inadequacy of essential facilities, systems, and structures, which results in dysfunction of a structure and acts as a barrier excluding an institution from producing quality results, in this case, schools. In South African schools, especially those in rural areas, lack of infrastructure acts as a barrier, and it is the biggest factor that is compressing children or learners' rights from getting quality education. According to the National Institute of Technology 2020, infrastructure is divided into three different categories. We have physical infrastructure, social infrastructure, and digital infrastructure. Physical infrastructure focuses on dilapidated school buildings, fences, playgrounds, and also things like desks, chairs, everything that has to do with schools and everything that is physically touchable. We have social infrastructure, which focuses on nutrition, healthcare systems, and support system for learners. We have digital infrastructure, which focuses on technological problems such as not having access to internet or not having internet at all, not having computer, and also not having printing machines at the office and school.
In our opinion, we believe that this issue excludes students affected from quality education. For instance, if a school lacks infrastructure, it is unable to cater for disabled students, meaning the school will not have ramps and usually the staircases are damaged. The issue of infrastructure in schools critically and negatively affects the quality of education and the inclusiveness in learning environments. It creates barriers for disabled teachers and learners from a negative background or a poor background. Schools without adequate facilities such as sports fields and art equipment disadvantages learners from exploring their interests and talents, and also inhibits them from learning social skills.
Poor governance in provinces worsen these issues, affecting the Department of Education's ability to provide adequate resources. As a result, many schools in these areas lack essential facilities, including media rooms, computer labs. Furthermore, learners often receive substandard nutrition, compromising their overall well-being and the ability to learn effectively. In addition to inadequate infrastructure, many schools face further challenges, including outdated checkboards that hinder visibility for learners and note-taking for teachers. This issue is particularly problematic for learners with eye impairments. Moreover, schools lacking infrastructure often struggle with water and sanitation. Rural areas, in particular, are vulnerable to poor municipality services, leading to hazardous conditions such as accidents in pit toilets, access to polluted water.
Recommendations on how this issue of poor infrastructure can be overcome in disadvantaged schools. The first solution is having community involvement, where the school staff encourages participation from their local community members to help in maintaining the school buildings by keeping an eye on the school premises. Parents and learners can be involved in infrastructural improvement projects to help in generating additional resources. For example, joining competitions such as Reno Race and others. Schools can raise awareness about the importance of infrastructure for the success of the learners. This may include telling learners not to vandalize school properties, such as classroom, offices, toilets, desks, chairs, tables, books, swings, and playgrounds.
Government must increase funding for poor schools. Their annual budget must be able to cater for all school needs. Schools should have maintenance team that will regularly check on school conditions and make repairs when needed. The schools can collect recyclable resources and work together with recycling companies in return of raising funds. School staff can initiate this solution so that the learners can know which resources are recyclable and make use of them by revamping them into resources that are going to be useful to them in improvised infrastructure. Moreover, schools can organize local fundraising events and seek donation from businesses to support infrastructural improvements.
In this video, we see that the school have falling, cracking walls and broken windows, which these issues are dangerous to the well-being of the learners. Parents are concerned about the state of the school. They then decided to intervene, stating the issue of poor infrastructure at the school. Their concerns were not taken into consideration, which led them to keep their children at home for their own safety. Parents have been making amends to give their children a quality and prosperous education, but the department failed them and is not taking any actions. In this school, they also experiences overcrowded classroom in which a class consists of 86 learners in an unsafe environment.
I'll be talking about experiences that we faced during SPL period. During our SPL period, we did face the challenges that we mentioned above, and also we can see that the challenges are not well taken care of, or they are just being ignored simply because there is no funding.
Based on our experiences from school-based learning, we noticed that schools,
instead of fixing the dilapidated classes, the government sees an opportunity to provide the schools with temporary shelters as their classrooms.
We also encountered leaking roofs, which are caused by heavy rains that leads to floods and that causes unsafe environment for learners, and it damages the school properties.